It is said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Starkville, Mississippi, home of the Mississippi State Bulldogs. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Bulldogs ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. On the run from inside his own 5. And he winds up right where he would have on the touchback. Goes out of bounds at the 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Moore will throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Casper. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. All right, guys, let's think big picture for Oregon. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game. They have a lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. The Ducks will have a first down.
And I think on that last run play on third down here early in the game, they're making a statement that we believe we're the more physical team and we're going to run the football even if you know it's coming at you. Nice job. They got the ball at midfield. I expect to see more run plays coming up.
The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10. On the run, it's Hughes. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. They think there's room to run to the right here. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And I can't tell you how much I love seeing corners being willing to come up and tackle. That is so huge for a defense. You can't olay blocks and create space. You can't just hang out on the outside. You got to go set that edge.
Conversely, I can't tell you how much I hate it when receivers don't want to block. You got to do a better job on the perimeter. It's not going to...
Breaks into the open on the left. Still on his feet. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Ducks!
And how about him? Nice job catching the football and then turn it into a playmaker. Turn it into a small, wide receiver. The tight end shows off the ability to run after the catch, make a big play, and get the big touchdown.
And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they cover the final 54 yards with the explosive play in the passing game for 6. He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. Wide receiver going in motion. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
Well, they're going to RPO. Nice job handing it off, and really good vision there, just getting what he can get, right? Puts his foot in the ground, gets forward, helps this offense find positive yards.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Catch in the middle. It's Traore. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
They'll move the wide receiver. Taylor wants to throw. Under fire. He lost one down the sideline. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB.
Looks to me on that deep ball like he was forcing it a little bit. You got to be careful as a quarterback. You're not trying to outduel the other guy who just threw a touchdown pass. You're just trying to win the game. So just execute the plays. The ball goes to who it's designed to go to. And if that means you got to turn around and hand it off, then that's what you got to do. But I think on that last deep ball, QB forcing it a little bit.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot.
Well, they're trying to attack the middle of the field. That time the ball a little too high for his wide receiver, and it falls incomplete.
Motion from the wide out. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row.
And that's a play on 3rd down. This offense just has to do a better job protecting their quarterback. Give them a split second more time to complete that throw, but they couldn't do it there.
So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. From the gun, running back gets to give. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Moore to the air. Throws to the wideout. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved and up on defense because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication. And it can really rattle an offense.
If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell's ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. A strike downfield. And he goes down right there, but a solid pickup, and it'll be a 1st down. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the 1st down.
Wants to throw on 1st down. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it along the sideline. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8.
What a start for this offense throwing the ball. I love how they've come out in this game, and they've been aggressive. They've already scored a touchdown, and here they are taking another shot and getting a big play. If you're on defense, you have got to find a way to slow this quarterback down.
Bring in the heat. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
Yeah, and now this offense building that lead. It's still the first half, but I'll tell you what, shown some glimpses of why they could become a really, really good offense. Listen, you go into halftime, more of the same, right? Continue to do what you're doing, take care of the football. This offense has looked really good in the first half.
He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And nice job by the defense staying glued to him, getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football, knowing he's a threat. I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
And now on second down for this offense. Motion from the wide receiver. Taylor wants to throw it. And after the tackle, we are headed to the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Oregon 14, Mississippi State 0.
So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Wouldn't call it a shank, but I don't think he'll include it on his greatest hits. Ready to go back to work on offense. They've already put a couple of scores up, and they look to add to it on this drive. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
Well, 100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Next guy, don't assume the tackle's going to be made.
Got a man, it's Casper. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. You're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. You know what they need. You know what they want. has to stop him in his tracks.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or two to answer about that decision. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Wide receiver comes in motion. Taylor wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man on the right. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
It's so hard for these DBs to try to match up with this guy one-on-one in the back end. He's just too big, and he's just able to run the corner out-muscle everybody for the football, and haul in the catch.
Got it behind the line. It's Evans. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
I'll tell you, I just don't like throwing wide receiver screens against press man coverage. Receivers are not great blockers, and they just couldn't get it done there, and as a result, the offense actually loses a couple of yards.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. That's reeled in. It's Mosley.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
And the Bulldogs come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. The offense changing the play. Wide receiver going in motion. He wants to throw it again. Pulls it in. It's Booth. Really nice job to convert that 3rd down, and they've got it at the 33.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Thompson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. So now it's 2nd and long.
Single. Taylor, black 18.
Taylor wants to throw it. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Oregon, 17. Mississippi State, 7.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Wants to go up top on first down. Unloads it downfield. He's got it on the outside. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half of the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
Rush is on him. Moving away from pressure. Nowhere to go. The ball's loose. Oh, the fumble on the defense got it. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Bulldogs. The defense takes matters into its own hands.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they close it to a 17-14 game. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. Maryland just wrapped up 4 quarters worth of dominance on its way to a never-in-doubt victory, and that's really the standard there in College Park. That's a tremendous fan base, and they'll enjoy this one all week. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Bought a little time, lets it go. Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
It didn't look to me, guys, like the QB and his target were on the same page on that outbreaking route. I'm not sure if they both thought it was man or zone or what was happening, but I think that helped lead to the incompletion.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Moore will throw. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch. All the way out across the 45-yard line. Mark it out of bounds at the 46.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows. He can run slants. He can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical. And early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Gonna look downfield again. Safe completion on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. If you didn't have a headache before, you've got one on the way. The cowbell ringing on this 3rd down in Starkville. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. He hurls one deep down the left side. Hauls it in down the sideline. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
Well, it's a 2nd catch on the drive, and that's obviously a massive play for this offense. And he's starting to prove to his quarterback here that he's winning his one-on-ones, and he deserves some more looks.
Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
You got to be impressed by what you've seen by this offense so far in this game. In the first half, they've got a nice lead, and they've been able to do it with explosive plays, but they've also been able to do it with efficiency and getting first downs and staying on the field. And you saw another great example right there running the football.
He's trying to get it in, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks!
And they trust their QB to execute like they have the whole first half, and he delivers, and they build on this lead and build their momentum going into halftime.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Cross the 25 to the 26 before going out of bounds, and that's where the offense will go to work. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Taylor wants to throw. Makes the catch. It's Booth. They use that sideline as a defender and get him out of bounds at the 36.
And a great play design here in this type of situation. Obviously trailing, you're trying to put something up on the scoreboard, and just using the sideline, using the boundary, getting the ball out of bounds and stopping the clock.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. They'll move the wide receiver. Looking downfield on 1st down. Going over the top. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I know that one falls incomplete, but I love the idea of finding ways to get this running back the ball, right? You can hand it off to him. He's got really good hands. Already has a few catches in this game. I think you keep trying to leak him out of the backfield and let him take advantage of this defense throwing the ball.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. On target. Turning on the Jets. And he earns a 1st down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. They'll have just enough time to get 1 more snap before the half. Off the play fake on 1st down. He's moving out of the pocket. He'll get rid of it. Grabbed over the middle. It's Traore. Finds a crease at the 20. Run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that's where this offense will go back to work. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Ducks will boot it away to start the 2nd half. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Taylor wants to throw it. Pulls it in. It's Evans. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Bulldogs come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. He wants to go deep. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
This offense is done being patient. They're down on the scoreboard here. Now, early in their first possession in the third quarter, they're being aggressive. They're taking shots. They're trusting their playmakers outside to get it done. That time, the defense, really nice job forcing the incompletion. They were ready for it. This offense, though, they need to stay aggressive.
Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down. And they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
And the Bulldogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Wants to fire on second down. Quarterback now breaking the field. Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught near the sticks. It's Mosley. Shoved out of bounds after a big gain. They'll mark it at the plus 42.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Past the sticks and still on his feet. He stopped at the 32, picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down.
You just sense the frustration starting to build, not only on offense, but I think with this running back as well. He is so talented. He's had some massive games throughout his career. Just haven't been able to get him going early in this game. That was a pretty good run there. Let's see if he can turn it on here in the second half.
Catch in the middle, it's Thompson. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
Quick completion to the right. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
The biggest rule change for me, if I could make one in all of college football, would be illegal man downfield. And when they run these RPO plays and those linemen start to creep further and further down the field, I would love for the refs to call those more often. It's a cheating play, basically, running these RPOs. So hard to...
Touchdown, Mississippi State! You thought they were done. They're not. They're back, baby!
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. On the move from inside his 5. He only needs a sliver of daylight. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Moore to the air. Makes the grab. It's Benson. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Good job by the receiver there not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting them a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
Looking to buy time. Trying to escape and get it himself. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
When it gets in long yardage situations defensively, you're thinking pass, pass, pass. How about the quarterback doing a great job? He wants to push it down the field, but he does a great job scrambling, chewing up chunks of yards, and now making the situation a lot more manageable.
On third down, he drops the throw. He's going to let it go. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, the defense comes away with the pick there with their nickel personnel. I think moving forward, if you're on offense, when you see that personnel in the field, you want to run the ball against it because you got smaller guys out there. Or if you're going to throw, think about quick screens outside when you have tight ends flexed on the perimeter, bigger bodies blocking smaller guys.
Motion from the wide receiver. Taylor wants to throw. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Lining up to convert third down.
That's the end of the third quarter of play. With the score, Oregon 24, Mississippi State 21.
So we open the final period with a third down play. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Needed to get to the 45 for the first down. Stopped a little bit short. You'd think this is the go area on fourth down.
Big moment here for the defense. Can you come up with one more stop? You've got the lead. It's fourth and short. You're kind of in no man's land, so you're expecting them to go for it. If you can get off the field right here, you can win this game.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And here we go, down a score. They'll go for it on fourth down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down.
And that was one of those gotta have it. I mean, it's a fourth quarter, fourth down. We got to get some points. Palmer, they needed that one.
Yeah, all routes have to be run at the right depth, and the ball's got to come out at the right time. Nice job there by the quarterback, working through his progression, finding the open man, and keeping this drive alive.
Of course, it was the quarterback. I thought it was the receiver.
Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
Who says in the RPO pass game you can't throw anything vertically downfield, right? It doesn't all have to be screens and throws at the line of scrimmage. There's a good example of a quarterback pushing the ball vertically downfield after the play fake to the running back.
Taylor wants to throw it. Got a man. It's Mosley. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Oh, they're after him. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Wide receiver going in motion. Going to sling it on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
The Bulldogs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
On that RPO, the QB is just trying to keep it himself and see if he can get the first down, but nothing doing. He wasn't able to spring free, just too much speed defensively, and now it sets up fourth down.
Between the uprights, it's good. All tied up here in the fourth quarter.
I am not always the most positive guy towards kickers. We all know that. But how about that, man? First opportunity in the game, in the fourth quarter, when your team needed it, the game now tied because of his foot.
He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. Starts from their own 25-yard line. From the gun, to give, looking for room. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Ducks in a good spot here with second and short. Moore will throw. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And he goes down after making the grab. Picks up a few, but still short of the first down.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes, too. He is a versatile back.
Wants to throw on third. It's caught downfield. Smashes through the tackle. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. And the Ducks getting set on 1st and 10. DB's right up on the receivers. Power football with the run. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Ducks can really attack on this second and short. Quick handoff. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points.
And a nice crisp run. Great job. Maybe expecting pass, in second down, but really good job running the football, committing to it, getting the first down.
First down, operating in the red zone and doing it in a den of noise. They'll give it to him again. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
All right, you're at a point in the game now where you've got to go. You need to get down the field and score points. I'm all for running the football, but in this part of the field, you've now got to start kicking it into overdrive, start taking some shots and gaining up some yards.
Give to the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
All right, no secrets with this offense. We're going to keep running the football. Let that clock tick. Keep two hands on the football. And then where does my kicker like to kick it the most? You see some people like it from the right hash or the left hash. Some people like it in the middle. Run the clock. Get my kicker in the position he wants to be in. Try to kick the field goal with the least amount of time as possible.
Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. You know what they need, you know what they want, and you know what they deliver on 3rd down. More cowbell. Takes a handoff. It's Hughes. He cannot get there. It'll be 4th down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with his foot. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Boston College showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong. But the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll move the wide receiver. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock. Didn't get the snap off quickly enough. All wideouts, no backs. Taylor wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Got a man in the middle. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Looking to throw on 1st down. He's taking the deep shot. The pass falls incomplete, and there are 8 seconds left.
Man, you know the defensive coordinator on that play was holding his breath, because in the 4th quarter, you've got one of the fastest players in the game going deep on you, and that's going to be a helmet sticker for somebody. Like, forcing an incompletion against that guy, that's incredible.
Might be calling a hot route. Misfired on 1st down, back to the air on 2nd. Throwing right. Makes the grab. Brought down at the 47-yard line after the 15-yard pickup. You want to talk about building confidence? Coming through with clutch plays, making the winning plays at the right time can really set the course for the rest of the season.
Yeah, Reese, maturity and experience matters, and this team has guys that have played a lot of snaps, they've seen a lot of looks, and they've lost close games like this in the past. That wasn't the case today, David. Too many guys out there making big-time plays.
And I think belief is what you build. That confidence, you know you're going to win. You don't think you're going to win. You know you're going to make that play in the big moment that continues to build on week-to-week success. And you look up and you're like, dang, we strung a couple wins together.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.